Are y'all sponsored by this gummy?
Yeah, bro. No, literally.
Are y'all really?
I have the koozie too.
That's sick.
Yeah, shout out Wolf Brands.
Are they any good?
Yeah, dude, they're... Ask him.
Dude, the cherry ones are really good.
We did. What up, everybody? Today we got Landon Smith, good buddy of ours. So
You got the young man in the building.
What's up?
Young man in the building.
Young man in the building.
Landon Smith.
How, you just turned 21?
No, I'm 20 still. I turned 21
20.
in September.
Dang, yeah, real young.
Dude.
Close.
That's got to be something being, we were just talking before we started rolling about you being on the road with some people that bring in a rowdy crowd. So being underage at those events has got to be kind of like a different experience than I guess you might have expected when you're thinking about playing these shows.
I mean, I knew they were going to be rowdy, and I'm a rowdy person,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was definitely in my element. I love it. It's never scared me. You know, you get up there and you're singing to a crowd of drunk college kids, and
that's sweet. So this is actually our first time meeting. I saw you play at his birthday round at Live Oak. Yeah. That was really something.
Oh!
Party foul. We're good though.
Oh, it just fell.
Survived.
Oh, we're good.
But yeah. So how did y'all get connected first?
I met Landon, I think, with Wyatt Flores.
Yeah, it was at Wyatt's house.
Yeah.
It was fucking
I was like,
crazy.
who's this kid, dude? And he starts playing guitar and singing. I was like, wow, he's really good.
Hell yeah.
I got to figure out who this cat is.
Sure was.
Now he's on the pod.
Yeah.
Full circle.
It was insane. It was cool.
Well, dude, tell the people, like,
tell us
who
about
you
like kind of
are,
how you started,
where
and
you're
how
from,
you,
where you got your start.
Well, I'm from a town called McDonough, Georgia. It's like 30 minutes south of Atlanta. I wouldn't say it's a small town, but it's a suburban, type of town. Just Walmarts and shit like that.
Dollar Generals.
A lot of Dollar
How far is
Generals.
that from Carrollton?
Yeah, I'm from Carrollton, Georgia.
Carrollton?
It's west of Atlanta, Douglasville area.
Douglas? Probably like an hour.
Yeah,
I
probably.
would think so.
Hour and some
An
change.
air.
But yeah, I started playing guitar second grade. My mom threw me in some lessons, and then I was just picking around as a kid, and then I started just picking up every single instrument I could get my hands on and learning that, teaching myself that, and I stuck with guitar. And then high school came around and went to public school, and found Jacob, who played guitar, and we just kind of bonded over that and played throughout high school and formed a bunch of bands and taught his twin brother how to play drums, and now we have our band, and
That's
it's
sick,
Nice.
dude.
Did you? So you're still in school? Is that right?
No, I did my freshman year, and this all happened, or at least, the TikTok and the song, If You Want Me Tonight, my freshman year of college.
Which was that last year?
It was last
So
year.
this is all like very recent.
Yeah, this is so new to me.
Did you expect? So I guess the plan obviously now is you're doing music, and this is what's up. So
Totally.
Did you ever expect this while you were forming your bands in high school that this would be where you're going after college?
I knew it's like something I would totally want to do.
Right.
Like obviously, but I was like, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to get a degree in logistics and figure all this out, and I'm going to play music on the side and just have fun with it. And I knew it was always like an option, but I didn't know how to start. And so it was really just my manager, Cameron, telling me to start doing TikToks, and just like 15th one, just kind of.
So your mom got you this guitar in second grade. Has she said that she imagined that would pay itself off, a decade or so down the road?
I don't know if I've really asked her that. She always just, that was just my passion growing up. Everybody has their, sports and whatnot. And I played sports in middle school and stuff. And high school came around, and I didn't make the baseball team because I wore the wrong pants. Bullshit. So I did like track and cross country. And then I really started doing the band stuff. So I quit that. And then that was my thing. We were like one of the two bands in McDonough. And so everybody would come and see us, basement shows and stuff.
So when you're doing those shows, when you're in high school and you're getting your boys together to be in your band, like I feel like that's pretty important to you, because you and your manager, you've known each other for a little while too, haven't you?
Since fourth grade.
So since fourth grade, and you got your homies from high school. Like, is that pretty important to you to kind of keep the same people around you and just try to build instead of just kind of replacing people and just like the next best thing, just trying to build that long lasting thing to carry your career?
I mean, 100%. I couldn't do it without the people that I work with and stuff. And me and Jacob and Josh talk about it. We wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. It wouldn't be as fun.
Yeah.
Just like,
that's awesome.
I don't feel like, I mean, although this is what we do is super fun and it's a kick-ass job, it's still a job at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Right.
And, it's like any other job. You're going to have people that you don't like to work with, but you have to.
Yeah.
So
It's a luxury
I don't look at them as like,
Yeah, so why not work with the homies?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. If I had to work in a office typing on computers, I'd rather want Jacob and Josh next to me than, I don't know, a dude named Frank.
That's cool. So when did you know from...
I don't know if there's any.
That was funny.
I don't know if there's any people named Frank who'd be like, "Fuck this guy. I'm nice, dude. Just get to know me."
Gosh, damn, Frank.
Damn, Frank. So from going in, like doing high school shows and kind of going into college, and when did you kind of realize like, oh shit, like this is gonna be something? Was it that first TikTok, or was it even before that, after it? Like,
I mean, the TikTok, I was like, holy fucking, I remember we get, it was, I go over to Cameron's house and she's like, hey, let's write something, let's do some shit. And so we start writing and we both had like this terrible writer's block, when you get into that, you can't, you're just stuck. And we tried to write for like 3 hours and I was like, fuck this. I was like, I have half this song that's done. And I was like, it's something, it's kind of cool. And she was like, all right, play it, set up the phone, and didn't think of anything of it, posted it. And then by the time I was upstairs leaving, it was like at 10,000 views or something. I was like, holy shit, Cameron, this is doing
That's
good.
like less than an hour.
It was like, whoa, this is cool. Like we might get to like 20K. And then when I got home, it was like at 100. And then I'm just kind of like, Jesus. And then I'm like, and then it just keeps growing and growing and growing. But we thought it would really just stop there. It was just going to be that TikTok, and like that did really good. And then we released the song and it did even better. And so that's when it was like really like, holy shit, this can really happen. And the real like punch in the gut where I was like, this is not real is when I remember I was in my friend's dorm because I slept on their couch because I hated the place that I lived in my dorm. I always slept on their couch, and they were out at the bar, and I had like homework, or I got back off from work. Shout out Del Sur, Statesboro. I got home from work, and I just sat down and watched this the Jason Isbell documentary on HBO or Hulu. I can't remember what it was. Yeah. And it was just him and like his band and then Dave Cobb all in there. And then we had a meeting with Republic Records the day after, and they were like, well, there's this guy named Dave Cobb, and he wants to work with you. He wants to do your record. I was like, shut up. You're fucking with me, dude. Like, I was like, there's no way. And when we first met Dave it was our first trip to Nashville. It was RCA. Sitting with him and his manager, Andrew. It was like a whole...
Dude, that's so cool.
That's cool.
It was insane.
That is so cool.
It was insane. Because I'm a huge Jason Isbell fan.
Oh, yeah.
Huge. And so I was like, dude, you create what I just love, man.
Dude, that's beautiful.
Cool. Awesome.
So because this was also recent, since this happened, what has surprised you the most about that's kept you busy? Like, what have you been spending a lot of time on that's like, oh, I didn't know this was part of it? Or
really, like, at first, I guess writing songs was just kind of like just whatever I felt at the time. Like, I'm not saying it's not that anymore. It's just I get a little bit more technical in it now. Mm-hmm. I like really try to make things make sense as much as they can. Right. Even if there's one word off, it's not like, fuck it, it's fine. It's more like, there's something.
You gotta smooth it all out, work out all the kinks.
It's really just, I'm more technical with stuff, and I guess I do treat it like a job now a lot more, but at the same time, I try not to, because if I start thinking of it too much as a job, it kind of ruins it. You won't enjoy it as much.
For sure.
Ruins it.
Has there been a song that has been your favorite that you've written have you put that song out, or is it in the vault, maybe coming out soon?
I have, there's these two songs that we recorded with Dave, and one of them was written in the studio, and the other I I went to Florida. Cameron sent me. She was like, I'm gonna rent you out this little surf shack in Florida, and you're just gonna sit there for 3 days and write and get your mind clear. So I bought like bottle of Jameson and a bottle of Tito's.
Just you for 3 days and a pen and paper.
Cleared. Let me tell you. Cleared.
Maybe that's the recipe.
Like 3 pounds of shrimp. I lived off shrimp, whiskey, and vodka the entire 3 days. It was like an outside shower and
some Ernest Hemingway.
Watched some Tom Cruise movies.
Dude, that's awesome.
I wrote this song called Seamstress, and I love that song. It's just a super cool vibe. And then the one I wrote in the studio is called Broken Under the Rug. And I was recording this other song called The Barn, and I just started playing these chords that somehow matched up. It's Ethan, Dave's like sound guy. It was just me and him in the studio, and it's like 11, 12 o'clock at night. And we're just, we're drained, we're tired. And he goes, that's really cool. I was like, yeah. And he goes, you need to write something with that. So I sit down and stay up till like 3. And it's like, it's really a Willie Nelson vibe. That's like how I heard it. So I'm sitting in this room. I call it the echo chamber room in the studio in Savannah because it echoes and it sounds so pretty. And I do my best Willie Nelson impression just talking and singing. And so I'm like, oh, the night's so lonesome and so cold. And I'm like, and so the words start fucking flowing. And I'm like, holy shit.
That's awesome. That's so different.
I love writing a song like that.
Yeah.
When it's just like,
you
don't even try.
Yeah.
And it turns out awesome. And I finished the song that night and we recorded it the next day. And that's the one when I go back and listen to all these songs, that's the one I'm just like,
that's awesome.
Man.
I'm pumped now. I'm pumped to hear that.
Do we have, I mean, I can shoot on dates, but is it like on the list to come out soon or is it on hold?
I don't know. I think we're going to try to drop some singles first.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drop that as a single, but I think that's going to be probably either number 1 or number 2 on my favorites on the
that's
record.
Awesome.
Let's go.
It's going to be.
Let's talk a little bit about like you, and we talked about like songwriting. Let's like talk shows a little bit. So you actually did a tour last year, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. I was with Gavin Adcock.
Yeah.
Because we're both from Statesboro.
Yeah, dude, go Eagles.
Go Eagles, baby.
How was that your first tour that you've ever done? I know you've done shows and stuff, but that.
Oh yeah, that really got me in the tour. I know nothing about tour life. I mean, speaking of like, damn, Wyatt's back to back to back to back to back, and I don't know how he does it. I remember having the people from Peachtree, Texas, and they were like, look, there's four or five shows in a row. And I was like, Jesus, and I was completely drained. Yeah. And I'm like, how the fuck do some of these people do this for like months on end?
Yeah, dude, for real.
But, it was a total new thing having to figure out, like, because, you have Gavin, who's the rowdiest son bitch on the planet. He is, dude. It's insane. And then you have me with one acoustic guitar, and somehow I got to get this crowd, drunk teenagers,
yeah, that's true,
ready to see this man shirtless throwing beer everywhere. So I'm like, I'd be like, fuck, okay. So I kind of think in my head when I'm on those tours and I'm opening for people, it's like, my job right now is, it's to get my music out there and do all this, but it's also to get this fucking crowd ready for that person coming up. Man, I don't like to brag, but I feel like I'm pretty damn good at that. That crowd.
Yeah. So what's your bread and butter?
Yeah.
What's your go-to to get the crowd going?
Man, I love my intro. I feel like every time it was like, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to hear some Gavin Mo fucking Adcock? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, well, suck it up, because you got me for 30 minutes, bitches. And they were like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, cool. They dig me. And always the people in the front row are like, usually pretty dope. Except this one guy who was flicking me off the entire time. So I called him out. It was really funny. Jacob was at that show, man. It was, I don't know. He was like, we want Gavin. I said, to the guy that is screaming, we want Gavin in the front row, suck it up. You got me for 2 more songs. Everybody's like, yeah. And then I got 2 words for you. Whatever I call him. I was like, womp womp. And the entire crowd's like, whoa. It was like,
that's awesome.
It was so funny.
What was your favorite show from the touring with Gavin?
Milledgeville.
Did you play Capitol?
Yeah.
Dude, I love that place.
It was just like, so I know a bunch of people, I know all my folks from Georgia and shit. So But Milledgeville was that one where everybody went to.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a fucking crowd there and it was like, I don't know how many people. It looked like 800, but it was like, it is huge to me. But yeah, it was like rowdy as shit. And I mean, we had a blast, grilled some hot dogs after.
That's awesome.
The green room there is so cool. You got to walk down. Have you been? Yeah. Have you walked through the tunnel of like dishwashers and refrigerators and shit?
Yeah, dude, that bathroom that's like just has a toilet in a room.
Dude, that shit was so fun.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, Milledgeville was awesome, but Oxford was really good too.
Did y'all play there, Proud Larry's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Proud Larry's, I think so. And that was
Kiddo Sharp.
I mean, it's a tiny venue.
Yeah,
yeah, it's
like
really tiny.
250, 300 cap maybe.
That was the first one, and that crowd just digged me, dude. They were having a blast. Let me like throw me drinks and let me hit vapes and shit on stage. They're like, "Do you want this?"
Dude, it's just like college.
I know.
I get paid to do this. This is awesome.
It's insane.
It's a cheat code to life.
Heck.
Was that tour? Was that the first time you had heard like people at a show like screaming your lyrics back? Or,
Yeah, no, that was fucking insane.
That's awesome.
You know,
what was it? What song was it?
If You Want Me
What If
Tonight.
You Want Me
That's.
Tonight?
I mean, there was some. I remember. There's.
Anybody ever sing "Taking Off to Tennessee" back?
What?
Taking Off to Tennessee. Do they ever sing that back to you?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that ask for that.
I love that song.
It is a. Got to shout out Cameron. She wrote most of it, but it's an awesome song. I do like that one. It's one that we keep really near and dear.
Sick.
But yeah, people scream that. I had one guy scream out July 6th, which I was like, what the fuck? And I mean, dude, this crowd is insane. It was I think it was Mississippi. I can't remember where, but it was with Gavin. I was like, okay. So I start playing this finger picking song. He's the only one in the crowd that's like, yeah. You know, you'd think the dude's at like a Slipknot concert or some shit,
Yeah.
but he's like,
That's awesome.
it was cool.
Was it the first show of the tour that they were singing it back to you? Or?
Yeah.
Wow.
First show, I was like, holy shit. And they usually scream it beforehand. Play that. I'm like, dude, have you been to a show before? I'm playing it last, obviously. I'm going to play it. No, I'm going to get here and play songs
That you've never heard.
Yeah, gee. It was the real kicker. I was with Tyler Halverson, and we were up in Little Rock. And I only have 3 songs out, working on it. And I have this song that I wrote so long ago, and I was like 16 years old, called The Barn. And it's all about me and my friends in high school just partying up at this place called it The Barn. And it was like our anthem in high school.
I feel like a lot of people in high school have the barn.
Yeah.
That's where they all skate to.
very relatable.
It's like, a sea of drunk
It's
high
perfect.
schoolers.
Yeah.
It's so fun. But it like everybody from The Barn and where I'm from, they know that song by heart, and it's crazy cool to listen to them sing it. But we went to Little Rock, Arkansas, and I only have this one video online on YouTube from 4 years ago when I was 16 singing that in the attic. And I played that show and played that song there, and there was this random guy in the crowd singing it.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, how the fuck do you know this song? And then I go up and talk to him. He's like, I saw you were playing. I'm from Louisiana, and I came to see you. I was like, this is insane. I'm like, how do you know this song? He was like, your YouTube. And I was like,
That's wild.
that's insane.
deep.
I was like, holy shit.
Think about how many times he's had to watch that YouTube video to know it.
To know the
by heart.
words.
I know.
That's crazy.
I'm like, holy crap. And I'm like, I'm sorry for the terrible singing and that, because, like 16-year-old Landon, little voice cracks and whatnot.
That's crazy.
But yeah.
Do you
it
ever
was-
get? This is kind of the same thing. Do you ever get recognized like in public, or I guess when you're like back in?
Jacob's got a problem with it. It's not like, this sounds so fucking douchey. Like I hate talking about this. Certain places where you go, yeah. I mean, it's not a lot. It's really, because I'm really small in height and in music. Yeah, when we go to, sometimes it's Athens, but it was Milledgeville for me and Jacob one time. We went to, it was Cap again, and he got so fucking pissed because I'm like, we get in there 5 minutes. He's like, this person wants to take a picture. I'm like, Jacob, hold my drink. And then it's like 9 people back to back, and Jacob's like, am I a fucking cup holder now? far between, but few and far between. But sometimes it happens, and
That's cool.
it's super cool.
Yeah.
It is
That's
super
awesome.
cool. I do like it.
Whenever you were like getting started in music and going on tour with Gavin, were you still enrolled in college at the time?
No, we started.
Maybe
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Might have had a class. Who cares?
Honestly, it was.
Ask my manager.
Dude, that's another thing. It's no, I wasn't. We started in August, I reckon. Yeah, August or September, maybe October. I don't know. But by that time, I dropped out at the end of the first year. I was like, I told my mom, I was like, look, I have.
How was that conversation, and what was that feeling of like?
I was like, she was like, are you sure you want to take a few classes, like a little bit? And I was like, dude, if I'm gonna do this, I got to do it right. And I'm like, I can't give it 50%. I gotta go all in. And I was like, I'm making a little money so I can like support myself. You don't have to pay my rent and whatnot. So she was real happy about that. And so she was fine with it. And I mean, she's still, even at this day, she's kind of like, yeah, it's your break. It's your break from school. That's fine. I'm like, come on, Mom, be supportive. I'm kidding.
Mom, I'm a rock star.
Though, like moms, I feel like they gotta have a little.
Oh yeah, but she's so supportive of it. She
That's
loves
great.
it.
That's awesome to have people in your corner. All
Absolutely, yeah. We had a. Speaking of that, this made me feel really good. It sucked, but it made me feel really good. We had a show in Birmingham. It was my first headline show, and it was not too long ago, and it was full band, and I just had a feeling. I was like, fucking no one's going to show up to this. No one is going to show up to this. Turns out, so we get there. I know my friends, my friend Tucker and his friends from Alabama, they bought tickets. And then I know my mom, my stepdad, and then their two parents got tickets. So I know they were going to be there. And then we pull up to the bar, and there is a line just out the door of all these like 20, 21-year-old girls in dresses, sparkly stuff, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, I have made it. I like, if it stopped right here, I've made it. There was a fucking Taylor Swift listening party upstairs. A fucking Taylor Swift listening party upstairs. The ATM is downstairs, so they would come in during the show, and they're like, and so I would sing like Bad Blood for a little bit. I was like, I'll stay. Come on, I'll sing Love Story.
Dude,
that's
hilarious.
It sucked for a little bit, and then it kind of got me thinking. I was like, their parents are here, and a few of my friends are here, and then my parents are here. And I was like, dude, at the end of the day, my fucking parents are here, and they're always going to be there. And I was like, that's fucking lit.
That's awesome.
So I walked out of there just happy as I could be because a little private show from my mom and
there you go.
It was fun.
That's sick.
But yeah.
So do you often find yourself wanting to do stuff other than music now that you're so busy, or like, do you have any escapes?
Yeah,
like
do you have any
other
hobbies that you just kind
or-
of take your mind off music sometimes?
Me and Jacob like to grind Xbox a lot.
There you go.
It's not like
Warzone?
What y'all over there playing?
no, we don't play. I play COD. Jacob doesn't. We a lot of Fortnite and Minecraft, man.
Dude,
I can't
the
get
Minecraft grind is real, bro.
It's insane. It's like for 3 weeks, you're like, this fucking world is gonna be insane. You got a chest full of diamonds, and then a random Monday comes around, and you get on, and you're like, dude, fuck this shit. What are we doing? But I mean, I really don't have another hobby. Music was my hobby, and it changed into this. I don't know if I want to find another hobby. I went to the gym a lot before I started doing music, and then I just didn't have time, and got it all back. But that's fine. I blame it on the Miller Lights.
Yeah, dude.
So
Okay.
now that
You
you're
got a
on,
six pack. It's just somewhere hidden under these Miller Lights.
It's in the back of my car, actually.
that's good.
Yeah, dude. If you ever want to pick up a new hobby and come on the golf course and we can golf or just drink some beers, that's cool too.
So I did. I've tried golf. I remember the first time I hit a golf club, my brother was teaching me, and he was too close, and I had too big of a club, and I popped him right in the face, and he got a concussion and bled everywhere.
Oh, my God.
So I stopped playing golf.
Wow.
You shoot guns?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
As much as I can. I love shooting and whatnot. My dad was a police officer growing up, so
Nice.
I've been around that shit my whole life. But then I tried to play golf again in college because there's a Georgia Southern golf course down there, and my friend Ryan loves golf. That's his thing. He loves doing that. So he was like, come to the golf course with me and I'll teach you a little bit. And I don't know, tee off on the first hole, and it's right next to a parking lot. hit a truck, and we just got in the cart and went to the next hole.
Oh,
sorry to that person, but yeah, that was.
If you're that guy and you're watching this, you did not hear what he just said.
I did not. Nope. Damn it, Frank! Dude.
Damn it, Frank! We hate
Frank,
you.
Man.
You suck.
I gotta draw a picture out of Frank. Start blaming everything on Frank.
So then now that you're on your long college break, are you planning on taking off to Tennessee and moving out here?
I am. I've been living in Statesboro because I just love the vibe there, but it eats up my money.
Dude, that college town vibe is hard to beat, especially
love Statesboro, Georgia.
the cheap drinks, bro. Like,
I love Statesboro.
I went to Clemson. I don't know if you played there or been there. But
Yeah, I played there. I can't remember.
Was it Study Hall?
No, it was like right outside of Clemson.
Tiger Park?
It was. I can't remember.
It's probably an actual venue.
It was like this big like honky tonk bar. I can't remember. It was like 20 minutes outside of campus. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it was hard. I love Statesboro, and I love the people there, and they're awesome. They're so supportive of me. I give credit to them for getting me where I am. But no, I didn't sign my lease for next year, and I'm moving up here hopefully in August.
Hell yeah, dude, that's awesome.
I'm gonna give
That's
it
gonna be
some
hype.
time.
Yeah.
It's definitely a change from Statesboro to Nashville.
Oh, for sure.
Miller Lights are expensive up here.
Yeah, they are.
Bullshit.
I went from University of West Georgia, and I moved up here. And back home, dude, we had like $2 wells, $1 beers, 50-cent beers.
$1 tall boys.
Come up here, dude. You get a Jack and Coke. It's
$7
$13.
pitcher.
It's insane. It sucks.
God, dude.
A liquor pitcher for like $7.
Pitcher nights are awesome.
Yeah.
We love pitcher
Dude,
nights.
whenever I had my round in February and you played it, I had been wanting you and James Tucker to meet for so long. Because whenever I listen to like Stay Home Tonight or anything about James, like I'll have it on like, I guess James Tucker radio or whatever, and I'll shuffle, and then like it'll play a few songs and like Landon Smith, and then go back to James Tucker. I'm like, bro, these guys have got to meet. Like their music is so similar to me.
There was something somebody like commented on one of my posts, and they were like, dude, you should do a song at James Tucker. And then he was like, yeah, we should. And I was like, holy shit, I've seen this guy all over TikTok. And I was like, followed each other and started talking a little bit, and figured out we were playing. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. He's such a nice guy.
Oh my gosh.
He's so cool.
Dude, that Americana scene is so cool. It's like everybody is so supportive of everybody, and they're just, I don't even know if you call it America, whatever that subgenre that everyone labels it as.
It's like friendly competition.
Yeah, dude. So like, especially in that like subgenre, everyone's so supportive, and like the music, it's so similar, but it's so different too. If that makes sense, like it's so like it's so much more storytelling, and people
and you know when you hear
relatable things, and it's awesome. And the crowds are. It's weird, dude. The crowds are rather like really rowdy, or they're just like not really talking during the show, and like they actually pay attention and like they give a fuck.
That's why I love that shit.
It's so awesome. Like I've been to some shows with Drayton and like I'm trying to think like Drayton Farley and J.R. Carroll. They did a co-headline at Hi-Fi Indie, dude. It was an amazing show. But the whole time, dude, like. If anyone was like drunk and acting like obnoxious or being stupid, like there'd be people in the crowd like grab and be like, "Hey man, shut the fuck up."
That's sick.
Like, I bought tickets to this. I just got off work. Like, shut the fuck up. And then like everyone's like, "Oh my god."
That's awesome.
But
it makes
it's
you feel
so
good.
yeah, dude, it's so cool to like see that they really appreciate the music that much, and like you take the time to realize like, oh my god, they spent this amount of money on beers here tonight, on food, on Uber, on tickets. They just got off work. Like they care.
Yeah, now especially with music. I remember growing up. When I go see my dad and whatnot, like we wouldn't go on vacations, we'd go to concerts. And the concerts were like a huge thing for me. And he's the one that really got me into the live scene and stuff. So we would our two bands we go see is Train and Zach Brown Band.
Dude, Train.
Awesome.
Dude,
I've seen them like 5 times.
Really? I've never seen them live, dude. Ever.
Holy shit. And they always have some kick-ass openers. I remember the Fray opened up for them one time.
Dude, just
the
saw
Fray
the Fray, bro.
and Train together?
Oh, yeah.
What year was that?
Shit.
God, man.
Oh.
That's a hell of a lineup.
I don't know.
I'd give up a lot to go see that show right tonight.
Zach Brown, dude?
And Zach Brown, too.
I've seen Zach Brown.
Full circle. It was the weirdest shit. Zach Brown Band is awesome. They put on a kick-ass show.
They don't miss.
I remember I was at church camp in like, oh God, it had to be like middle school. And is it this one up in North Georgia that we would go to every year. And we met these group of girls. It was weird how I met them. I was rolling down a hill with a chicken tender in my hand.
What?
I don't know. I haven't changed a bit. And so somehow I met this group of girls, and we've kept up ever since. And one of them's named Savannah, and we just start talking about, shooting the shit, talking about music and stuff. She goes, my cousin plays in a band called Zach Brown Band. And I was like, I fucking love them. And God, I'm blanking on his name, but it's the I want to say it's the bass player. I used to call him Wolverine's grandpa because he had these chops. He's he's the other guy that sings deep voice. I don't know, but damn, sucks. I follow him on
Wolverine.
Instagram. But she was like, yeah, that's my cousin. I was like, no fucking way. And then we've always kept up. And then we moved to college, and she ended up being my next door neighbor.
Oh wow!
It was the weirdest thing.
Small world.
So
Small world.
yeah, it's really cool. But Zach Brown Band, man, they always have the best covers. The best covers, man. It was like Inner Sandman and like
wow.
Hotel California and shit.
Damn.
Hell yeah!
That's dope. But yeah.
So you came from Statesboro to Nashville this week, just driving up.
I came from I like to split up the drive. It's a fat fucking drive
It
from
is
South
a
Georgia to
fat
Nashville.
drive, dude.
I usually stop at home, see all my family as much as I can, and then they live in Kennesaw. The twins do. So
cool.
I stop by Kennesaw and usually stay there a night, and we head up. So basically, came from Statesboro. Yeah.
For sure. So what do you have on the agenda while you're up here? Are you writing? Are you playing any shows? Or
I always write, but I don't have like a write that I'm on. I'm playing the Wednesday at Winners, but I guess it's Losers tomorrow. And
Raise Rowdy?
Yeah, Raise Rowdy.
Sweet.
Shout out Matt and Nikki T, the boys.
Boys.
I got a Raise Rowdy hat on right now.
Oh yeah.
And then, shit. After that, I got to go to Augusta with Trey Lewis, and then Columbus with Trey Lewis after that. And then I got a graduation party I got to do too after that.
Those would be fun
Hell
shows.
yeah, dude. Trey's awesome. You'll get to hang out with Matt all weekend.
I can't wait. I heard some stories about y'all. So.
Yeah. Well, let's keep those off camera.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's funny. Well, dude, tell the people where they can find you at, where they can find your social media, your music. Just at Landon Smith everywhere? Landon Smith music?
Landon Smith. I think my Instagram's like Landon B. Smith. We had to change something. It used to be Landor, but Cameron didn't like that.
Landor,
baby.
We'll start calling you that.
Landor.
Landor.
We come in peace.
Yeah, that's gonna be your alter ego at the bar. When you turn 21, of course.
Of course.
How long until you turn
been to a
21?
bar.
Just for shows. The X's on your hand.
Yeah. Anyway, September 13th. So.
Hell yeah. We'll throw a banger when
Yeah.
you won't be up here yet.
Oh, I'm gonna be up here for.
I think you said August.
Yeah,
August and then September.
On shout out Wolf Brands, our sponsor.
On that note, we are out.
Appreciate you coming, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Absolutely.
How long was that back on?
Probably around 30 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Hey.